Trying it again. Today's journal prompt: how do you communicate when you feel like you lost yourself? Not the internet connection. So in this video, I will guide you along the journaling process to increase your self-awareness, assess your energy, and align with the source of unconditional love. So far, we're still alive, so good deal. If you are new to me, my name is Robin Knott, and I am your host of Energy Healing TV and Podcast on YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify, and the founder of the EnergyHealingSchool.com. So if you're ready to go a little bit deeper on our journaling topic, grab your journal, I have mine, and come journal with me. Doing this together, right? Take it as deep as you want to go. So remember, the reason why I do this journaling process for our self-care is just to increase self-awareness, right? It's no blame, shame, and guilt. It's not about judgment. It's just increasing our increasing our self-awareness, assessing our energy to see if we are in alignment with the source of unconditional love. And if we're not, what's a step we can take to move closer to alignment with the source of unconditional love? And doing this is a step. Checking in with you is a step, right? Taking care of you is a step that is in alignment with the source of unconditional love. Journaling is just a great tool that gives us a better ability to do that, or one ability to do that. So in my journaling process, as I always share what I like to do, I like to get my focus on my journaling. You know how the mind can chatter and run off in all different directions. So I start off writing out in my journal every single day, energy healing lifestyle journal, because everything is energy. We know this, yet sometimes we try to, in our humanness, take control and lose sight of the flow of energy and even what can block that flow of energy, right? We don't really see it in that context. So this helps bring it back into that perspective. And it is a lifestyle. Healing is a lifestyle. I don't believe that we just heal, wave our magic wand, and boom, we're done, right? No more, we're good. It's all you need. It'd be kind of cool. And then self-care, my acronym, right? Today is a letter C, and C stands for communication. So we're talking about communication in my acronym of Best You, which is my signature system. The letter Y is for your truth. And all of that is governed by the energy in the throat chakra, right? Then I write out the journal prompt. How do you communicate when you feel like you lost yourself? So just as if we were asking anyone else, we ask ourselves this question, and then we just sit for a moment and see what comes up, right? What came up for me. So my real life examples, if you will. First things that came up for me was seemed like a trick question. Which in a way it is, because we're still the ones speaking, but if we don't feel like ourselves, then whose truth are we speaking? So this could go in many different ways. It could go with just repeating what we've heard other people say, or what we've learned we think other people want to hear, or it could even be our own defenses, right? There's that part of us when we feel like we've lost ourselves. There's that part of us that is like trying to fight. It almost feels like that fight to find ourselves again. It feels like that fight to find our voice again, right? Or to be heard. So in the midst of that fight, not that we're trying or wanting to fight, but that's just kind of what it feels like to me, that resistance and that effort, which can feel heavy and challenging sometimes. Some defenses come in. So when that defensiveness, when you're in that type of energy, right, then our communication styles could appear aggressive or passive aggressive. However, I see my defensiveness being a little more on the aggressive side than passive. Trying to think of what would connect with the passivity there. But you guys figure that out for you, right? Because again, this is personal for each of you. I just try to bring in some real life examples as we go through this. So maybe it'll spark some ideas or just expand our perspective a little bit, just open us up to more. which helps increase our self-awareness, right? Because when we think, I know myself, or I know everything that I need to know, then it's like we really limit our ability to expand our awareness. So that I don't think we speak very assertively in moments where we feel like we've lost ourselves. So again, if you're familiar with the styles of communication, we have assertive communication where you're able to speak your truth, where you're able to explain what your wants and needs are very clearly. You don't have that defensive energy going on, but you're also not holding back, right? But we're polite in the way that we speak as we're being assertive. We have the aggressive, which you can probably imagine what that sounds like. Maybe we get loud or stern. It makes me think of the kiddos when, you've asked them a few times to do something, they're still not listening, and then you do that voice change, right? It gets a little bit deeper or more stern, trying to make your point. Could be in that way. It could be in our body language. Maybe we hover, stick the chest out, or, what's the other word? Hover over someone to try to make our point. Get louder. And then passive we have, so maybe you're speaking softer than normal or not speaking at all, right? You might even go into a complete shutdown mode when you feel like you lost yourself. So it sounds like an odd term, but it's kind of what it feels like, right? Or when you're just super focused on all the things around you that you lose sight of your own. But again, to be aware of that. So what are we saying in those moments, right? How are we speaking in those moments? Are we only speaking to the things outside of us? Are we trying to recenter within ourselves to get back to speaking our own truth? Feeling that reconnection within ourselves again? So some questions to ask, right? Let's see what else came up. Whatever we're projecting out. Are you able to see that? Do you become aware of that? Do you ever hear yourself speak and then afterwards you're like, oh, or that didn't come out the way I intended. It didn't sound the same saying it as it did in my head when I was thinking about it, right? Do we get so wrapped up in it that we think we're speaking our truth when we're really just projecting out or regurgitating what someone else has said or what we think they want to hear, or being stuck in their energy? Right, so being that empath and taking on other people's energy, do we get overwhelmed and stuck in that, and then we end up just projecting that out, and it's not even our stuff? I've done that. The getting quiet too. I think sometimes there is a difference between shutting down, getting quiet, pausing. It can be challenging as well to communicate your own wants and needs when you're not connected with them, or you don't feel connected with them. When I say you're not connected with them, I just mean like your focus, your attention, your awareness isn't connected with it, right? So feeling that disconnection, again, is just being so focused on something outside of self that we feel disconnected. It's not that we are, it's just a feeling that we have, right? Excuse me. So it's important, as you know, as empaths, as you're feeling all the stuff around you, to get grounded within you. Make sure that when you are speaking or using your body language, check in with yourself and make sure it's yours that you're speaking. And then take it a little further, right? Which truth are you speaking of? Is it the human ego-ness? Ego-humanness? Doesn't sound right. The ego-humanness or your highest self? Because sometimes it's just that too, right? We get pulled into our own ego-humanness. We get pulled down into the energy of the lower chakras, that lower vibrational frequency, then we feel disconnected from our highest self. So then we're not speaking our highest truth. We're speaking the lower. So that reconnection is in the physical and the highest energy, right? Let me know what you think. So thank you for for sharing your time and space with me on a day. It's funny to me when I talk about communication, I think I stumble over my tongue even more. It's probably one of those awareness things, right? The more you pay attention or intend to focus on the way you communicate, then you just opened yourself up to either being really good at it or fumbling even more, but that's okay. We give ourselves grace, right? So thank you for sharing your time and space with me. Let me know how you find the video, what came in for you. Yeah. And let's see, what else can I invite you to? The Empathic Healers Masterclass, of course. Setting a step-by-step guide to set boundaries and protect your energy. If you haven't already signed up for that, let me know and I will get you the link. That is a free masterclass. And the 5-day challenge, right? Be You challenge, breaking patterns of like codependency so you can be you, learning how to get back to you. The theme of the week, right? So I'm going to offer the first 50 people a half off discount. So I'm going to add that to the description so you can check that there. So first 50 people who use the coupon code pre-launch will get the 5-day challenge half off. And I won't put an end date on it. How's that? All right, so meet me back here tomorrow, everyone, for Third Eye Chakra Energy. We talk about being an observer and acceptance. Getting my acronyms straight. So take good care of you. Have a wonderful day, evening, whatever time in the world it is for you.